The amount of value that you provide to a person is directly proportional to the amount of money you are earning. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can earn more as an artist. So there are a lot of artists who paint wonderfully, like they paint fabulous, they paint awesome, and their paintings look amazing. And then they wonder why they are not earning money as an artist, or why they are not earning as much money as they want it to be. Many times they feel that they are not attracting the right type of clients, and people bargain with them, people they don't want to pay them. This is the kind of talk that goes on in the minds of artists. Number one, people are not purchasing my art. Market is not that good. Because of COVID or because of financial crisis going on, I'm not earning well. I can paint tremendously well, but people are not willing to pay me the money. I am not earning more because there is not a lot of art which gets sold in the market nowadays. These are all the kind of talks which goes on in the mind of artists. They think that people is the problem, market is the problem, art industry is the problem, lack of opportunities is the problem. So when you think like that, you are thinking from a victim mindset. Victim mindset means you are putting all the blame to anything outside yourself. So for example, if you are thinking that my spouse is not supporting me, my family is not supporting me, government is not supporting me, world is not going in the right direction, anything which is outside you, you are working in a victim mindset. If you see a lot of successful people, and if you analyze how the successful people think and how unsuccessful people think, you will realize that successful people, they are not having the victim mindset. They don't tell anything to the external world. They don't blame the external world or external factors. They don't feel that anything other than themselves is the reason behind their results. They take all the blame on their own head. They take all the responsibility on their own head, and then they change their thinking in order to change the result. So these are the three things you must do if you want to earn more as an artist. Okay, so number 1 point, the amount of value you provide to other people is directly proportionate to the amount of money you are earning as an artist. So what is the amount of value? How can you calculate the value of something? So let's say your painting is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but let's say you're selling that brilliant painting to a lower class people or middle class people. They're not too much concerned about how beautiful a painting is looking on their walls. Now let's say your painting is amazing, big size, wonderful, and you're selling it to a rich person for his office. Now a person who is rich and that person is having a grand office and needs a painting to decorate the walls, certainly that rich person will definitely pay you more. The problem comes is when you think that they will not purchase from you, and therefore you will not make an effort to sell your painting to a rich person, then the problem comes, right? So what I said that the amount of value that you provide to a person is directly proportional to the amount of money you are earning, right? And the value of the same thing can be different for different people. If you give a banana to a monkey, the monkey will value that banana. If you give a banana to a lion, the lion will not value your banana. So it is not on the banana, it is to whom you are giving it. If you give a diamond necklace to a rich person, the person will value it because they understand the value of a diamond necklace. But if you give a diamond necklace to a person, like not even a person, to a, let's say, a cat or a dog, the dog doesn't understand what is a diamond necklace all about. Okay, so dog will simply throw it somewhere. isn't it? So the value of your painting can be measured by the person whom you are selling to. Same goes for online courses. Same goes for workshops. Same goes for every single thing that you are selling. Well, I will give an example. So let's say I have a course, Mastering Watercolor Realism, which is meant specifically for those people who are planning to become a professional watercolor artist. Now, I don't entertain anybody who don't want to become professional inside my course. Why? Because the amount of knowledge which I give to a person in that particular course is tremendously high. Now, if I give a tremendously high amount of value in a course to a person who does not have a lot of willingness to learn, or who does not have a goal or ambition, in that case, maybe that person will not value the knowledge which I'm giving, and therefore they will feel that my course is high priced, or my course does not deserve that kind of fee or something like that. But let's say I tell that person that, see, if you want to become a professional artist, the first thing that you must do is to become a very confident artist and should be able to paint masterfully. That is valuable for that person because that is the bottleneck. If you are not confident as an artist in painting, then earning is secondary. You cannot even earn. Have you understood? So that is primary for that. That is the bottleneck. So if you want to open a complete profession out of your art skills, in that case, Mastering Watercolor Realism is the course for you. So now they feel that, wow, I think it is important and I must go for it. Point number 2 is the ability to negotiate. Now, what is that? It means your selling skills. Now, let's say you are trying to sell a painting and a person is saying, your painting is too high priced. I don't think I can afford. Right? Now, at that point, what you are telling to the other person matters a lot. If you say, okay, fine, don't purchase, in that case, you are missing out on a customer. But let's say you say that, okay, so may I ask you a few questions? So then you can ask, of course, the person will say yes. So you can ask, so may I ask you why you are purchasing this painting, or why you were planning to purchase this painting? So if the person is saying, I have got a wonderful office and I think that this painting will look great, then you can ask that person that, okay, so why you think that this particular painting will look great versus there are hundreds of other paintings out there. So why you think that this specific painting will look great? And maybe that person is too interested in that painting other than the price. So the person will say, I was dreaming about this kind of painting specifically for my office from a long time. And I feel that this is the exact kind of painting which I would like to see every single day in my office room. And because I have this particular connection on that with that painting, and I can relate to that painting, or maybe the color, or whatever the person is saying. So you can ask that person, so if you have that painting on your wall, what is the kind of effect you will get, how it is going to make a difference in your life, or in your office life, or whatever. So maybe that person will explain, see, I had this kind of feeling that this is the type of office room I always wanted to be, or something. So, and if I have that painting, it will be like a dream come true. Or if I have that painting on my wall, it will make me feel that I actually did what I was dreaming. So that can help me to understand that if I dream something else, I will also make that dream come true, something like that. So find out why that person wants your painting in the first place. Now, once that person also understands that this is exactly the kind of painting I want for my wall, then secondary is the price. Now you can say that, so you mean that if you purchase this painting, it will be like a dream come true, or you will get this kind of value? And the person will say yes. And then you can say that, well, so what is the price that you think is ideal for helping you to get this kind of result? How can we make it happen? Then the person will be thinking you as that person's friend instead of a seller, or instead of an artist. You are thinking yourself as that person's well-wisher. And then when you are trying to make that person feel very comfortable, then that person will think, well, I do understand that it is a little expensive. Can I make in 2 installments? Can I pay in 2 installments or something like that? Then you can continue with your discussion whether you can give it in 2 installments or 3 installments or something like that, right? Basically what happens is, if a person is looking at you only as an artist, only as a seller, okay, that person is not connected to you. That person does not feel motivated to purchase from you, even if the painting is wonderful, fabulous, right? But when you are coming to that person as a friend, as a well-wisher, in that case, that person totally feels that, yeah, whatever you are saying is right for that person, okay? And you are helping that person to solve a problem. So be a problem fixer rather than a product pusher. Instead of selling your painting, you are trying to help that person get a particular result that they are planning to have. Nobody purchases your product to only purchase your product. They purchase your product for a reason, for getting a particular result. So understand what is the kind of result they are looking for and try to fix that, and then you will be able to sell in a much better manner. And number 3 is how irreplaceable you are in the market. So let's say you are creating a particular kind of painting, and there are hundreds of artists out there who are also creating that particular kind of painting. There is no uniqueness. In that case, your painting is comparable to another person's painting, and therefore your painting will be considered as a commodity. Commodity means something whose price can be compared to another thing's price. For example, a can of milk is a commodity, a bottle of wine is a commodity, toothpaste is a commodity, a tire is a commodity. Why? That is because you can easily compare one product's price with another product's price. This happens with artists when the artist is starting up and does not have any kind of brand reputation, or the person is totally unknown. Now, your job as an artist is to help yourself get that kind of brand reputation and let people understand who you are and what kind of things you are selling. I will give you a simple example. So there is a wonderful artist called as M.F. Hussain in India. The artist is so famous that there came a joke that even if the artist wipes the brush on a piece of cloth and sells that cloth will be sold in lakhs. Okay, that is in millions, right? So what it means that the brand matters. So if a person likes you, trusts you, and can connect with you, and then purchasing your painting or your online course, in that case, that person will feel more valued and will consider your products and services more valuable. On the other hand, if the person is simply looking at your painting as something which can be compared to another person's painting, in that case, that person will compare the price and will consider it as a commodity. Right? So your job as a professional artist is to continuously improve your brand reputation from starting date, from day number 1. Okay, there are a lot of artists, aspiring artists, who only share about their painting on social media. I have come across a wonderful dancer, like she is a shuffle dancer, and she's so hilarious sometimes on Instagram. She shares her family, like some moments of her family. She shares her about dancing, okay, shuffle dancing, and she shares about her one son and one daughter, right? So she shares a lot about herself, like what is her thinking. She shares about what kind of person she is. Although I'm not into dancing at all, but she has got a lot of fan followers. So if you see that those artists who share about themselves, who share about their family, who shares about their lifestyle, their thinking, they get a lot of fan followers, they get a lot of clients, way more than a person who is only sharing about art, right? Because the person who wants to purchase from you, that person not necessarily only want to like your painting, but that person feels that I must like that artist first. And I can also give you this example. Like once I went to a garment showroom, and that garment showroom, that owner of the garment showroom did not behave nicely with my mother, and we never went back to that garment showroom, never, ever. Okay. On the other hand, there was a garment showroom which was not that great, which was not having that much good stuff, but that owner behaved really nicely. And that's why we continued visiting that garment showroom. So that owner never compelled us to purchase anything, but we ended up purchasing a lot because we were a repeat customer to that garment showroom only because that owner behaved really nicely with us. So understand that how you behave with the person, if the person is not purchasing from you, also matters. Maybe if a person is not purchasing you now, they may purchase later on after some time. So this thing matters a lot. And how irreplaceable you are in the market, that also is something like this. Let's say you are designing an online course for teaching watercolors, and there are hundreds of artists in this world who are having an online course exactly similar to yours. In that case, your course will be very much comparable with other people's online courses, and then there will be a price bargain, that that person is selling it for $30, can you sell it for $25? So then you don't make any profit and you don't feel motivated to give high results to your clients, right? On the other hand, if you create an online course which is incomparable to any other online course, in that case, your course, you price anything, okay, and you will always get students for your online course because it is incomparable. Okay, so for example, in Mastering Watercolor Realism, there was, when I was designing Mastering Watercolor Realism in 2019, I used to feel that there are $30 courses on Udemy, $30 for watercolors, and there are free videos on YouTube for every single thing in watercolors. Why a person should actually purchase from me? So my mentor suggested that think out of the box. So I thought out of the box, that why some people find watercolor easy and some people find it difficult. What is the reality? What is the problem associated to? So I started talking to a lot of artists. So I started conducting lot of market surveys. I used to ask questions to other people. I used to communicate on chat. I used to find out what exactly is the problem. Then I did a lot of research on Google, on various websites. I understood the psychology. So in order to understand more psychology of human beings, I went to Australia and I learned NLP and I learned timeline therapy to help people overcome fear. Okay, now let's say you are creating a different kind of workshop, a workshop where you are helping your clients, rather participants, to go out in the garden and click a photograph, or go out on the road streets and click a photograph. And then you are teaching that person how to convert that simple looking photograph into a wonderful reference photograph using some Photoshop or something. Okay, and that can be the second day of training. The third day of the training is how to create a line drawing from a simple photograph. That is the first, that is something you're teaching. In, let's say, the fourth day, you are teaching how to apply the first layer of painting or the first 2 layers of painting. In the fifth day, you are teaching them how to complete that painting. So your course or your workshop will be highly unique than other people's workshop. It is not simply to paint something. It is something that every single person is clicking their photograph and converting that photograph into a painting. Have you understood? So like that, you can make any single thing unique. It is totally, you have to think out of the box. You have to think how you can make things very different from what other people are doing. So first thing first, instead of blaming the market, instead of blaming the people, you have to completely take 100% ownership of your results. The moment you take 100% responsibility and ownership of your results, you will get tremendous amount of benefit. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.